Hey everybody, it's Tony George alongside my good buddy Scott Spicer from DocSports.com. We're talking more Big 12 action. The #1 ranked Baylor Bears taking on West Virginia. Of course, Baylor well rested and West Virginia off a tussle on Wednesday night against Kansas where they lost at home. And Scott, I tell you, heading into this one here, you got to be a little concerned if you want to back West Virginia because their road games here in the Big 12 have been absolutely deplorable this year. I wrote this down so I wouldn't forget. Losses at Oklahoma by 10, Texas Tech by 8. Well, that's respectable. Yeah. Kansas State by 16.
Yeah, that's scary.
Kansas by 7, another respectable. Matter of fact, the only road win that Bob Huggins and the Mountaineers have had is at hapless Oklahoma State earlier this season, and they're taking on a Baylor Bears team that has not slipped and fallen, Scott. They're #4 in the country on defense, allowing 58 points a game, and they're going to be laying a handful of points here.
Yeah, here's the thing about West Virginia. They play great defensive basketball, and sometimes that'll get you to wins that maybe you shouldn't have had when you're at home.
Right.
Although it didn't work for them on Wednesday night against Kansas. But when you go out on the road, you got to be able to hit some shots in a consistent manner, and you got to be able to make the other team come outside and defend you. The problem for West Virginia, I got a couple of problems here. When you're 311th in three-point shooting accuracy, you better be able to shoot two-pointers. The problem is they're 223rd in the country in two-point percentage.
You
know, Bob Huggins just has a situation where they just don't have dependable offensive players.
Yeah, well,
I was waiting for another hello.
Well, you know, I'm just saying that they're kind of like Virginia. They try and win scoring 50, 55 points a game. It doesn't happen in the Big 12 very often.
So here's the thing. Tony told you about how good Baylor's defensive play is. They're outstanding on the defensive end. They don't let you get a lot of second and third chances, hardly any. And listen, I know West Virginia, as AC/DC would say, is back in the ring to take another swing at a top 10 type opponent, top 5 opponent. It's going to be tough. I think what I like better here, though, than having to win by maybe 4 buckets in this game, if you like the favorite, is to play the under. And it's not going to be a high-posted total. It's not going to be high at all. But I think this game stays under the total based on both teams' stellar play on the defensive end for the most part. Well, Baylor fits stellar, that's for sure. And then West Virginia's inability to score points on a consistent basis. So I'm going to suggest and recommend playing the under here, Tony.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. And, of course, you know, Bob Huggins is a great basketball coach. He has a very young team. This team of West Virginia is going to be around for a couple, 3 years and give everybody fits and be a top 10 team down the road. But the only way that he can coach this game to have a chance at beating #1 Baylor is to have one of those slow it down, grind it out, low possession type games here. And that's exactly what it's going to do. I agree with Scott 100% on the under here. Forget the fact both these teams average 71 points on the season. It's right here, right now that counts. And right now, West Virginia's in an offensive funk. And, of course, Baylor plays great defense. That's not a good combination. Baylor probably laying 7 or 8. That might be worth a look, but definitely the under. I agree with Scott. We got a ton of great information for you right over here at DocSports.com. You can catch all that action. Get our cards this weekend and get them for free because we're giving you a free $60 by clicking the link in the description below. Get yourself hooked up on Saturday with some college basketball and on Sunday with some NASCAR in the Super Bowl of racing, the Daytona 500. Be sure and come over to Docs and check us out this weekend.